All right, we're here with Storytime Live.
We got some money.
Wonderful. So good to see friends joining us. All right. Well, Charlie.
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday for Storytime Live. For those of you that are new to Storytime Live, which is probably not many people at this point, we just wanted to say we do these stories Mondays and Tuesdays at Central Time, 3:30 Central Time. And we always pick a theme, and we always have jokes, live music, stories, and stretches to get our mind ready. Today, we have a theme for Storytime Live that is a little different. You want me to share it? You want to tell people our theme?
Sure. The theme. I never did the gym.
Oh, the what?
This is to come up after.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I
Pretend you never saw. Okay. I'm not.
Drum roll, please.
Oh. At one time, I want you to let me use your real drums. Today's theme is
numbers, shapes, and sheep.
Numbers, shapes, and sheep. How did we come up with a theme like that? We were going to do numbers, shapes, and letters. And we were going to make it fun because we have this book where the different characters write each other letters. But we wanted to just have a little bit quick, fun, rhyming stories today. And we had a sheep book we just couldn't live without sharing today with you before we all head out into the week. So the theme is numbers, shapes, and sheep. We are going to share a story with you that features a fun way to think about numbers. And then we're going to share a story that was kind of new to me. I never read to Charlie when she was a little girl, but I read about this fun new series, and maybe some of our newer viewers are more familiar with this series. And then we'll close it out with some sheep that get into a little bit of a pickle, into a little bit of a jam, and it's got more rhyming fun. So we're going to do that at Storytime Live. Before we get started, we always like to warm up because I don't know where you are or what you're coming from, but when it's time to sit in front of a storytelling session and have your mind in the right place, we think it's a good idea to do some warm-up stretches to get the mind ready to listen, laugh, and enjoy a good story. So because today's theme is numbers, shapes, and sheep, the story time stretches are going to be in the theme of shapes. So first, we have to probably tell them the nickname for today because otherwise I can't talk to our I always say I want to say our friends. Okay, now, those of you that have been here before, you know that Charlie encourages me to come up with an appropriate name to call you while we're still in our getting to know you phase, instead of jumping right in and calling you my friends, even though that's kind of what I always feel ready and excited to make new friends, that we establish a nickname that we can call each other until you give us your permission to say that we are your friends. And we always put the nickname to go with our theme. So we've had a new nickname every time. Charlie thought up the nickname today. It's kind of an obvious one because the theme is numbers, shapes, and sheep. So,
It is.
well, I thought it was at least a good idea. It was your idea.
That was okay. It wasn't as good as that. It's one of my worst ones, but
You know I don't like that negative self-talk, my love.
I know.
Pump you up. Pump you up. Be your own biggest fan. Why don't we tell them what our nickname is for the day?
It is little sheep, little lamb.
Little lambs. Little lambs, which is the same thing that Mariah Carey calls her friends and viewers. Little lambs. So, welcome to Storytime Live, little lambs. Let's get started with our stretching. Okay, we're glad everybody's here today. Our first stretch, because it's going to be in the theme of shapes, is going to be to pretend that the tippity top of your head is a marker. And I want you to pretend that you've got a bright, what's your favorite color? I want you to think of your favorite color and pretend your head is a marker of that favorite color. What's your favorite color, Charlie?
Aquamarine.
aquamarine.
You seem so much taller than me on this bean.
I am. Get up high on your beanbag. Get up
I'm
there.
gonna just smush.
It's all the beanbag is all about the smushing. Okay, Charlie's favorite color is aquamarine. Everybody who knows me knows my favorite color is orange. So I'm going to pretend I'm an orange crayon or an orange marker, and right now we're going to make a big circle as if the ceiling was a piece of paper over our head. I want you to draw one big circle with whatever favorite color you made the tip of your head as your marker. Now draw a circle in the other direction. I really need these stretches today. Clearly, I haven't been doing enough stretching, little lambs. And now, for our last stretch, here's something a little different. I want you to pretend you're making a triangle, or maybe a diamond, with your fingertips. So take your fingers and put them over your head. And now I want you to bring your head forward. See how I'm doing that? Forward through your shape. And now I want you to bring it backwards through your shape. Backwards. Forwards through your shape. Backwards through your shape. All right. Good job, little lambs. I think
Did you know that a diamond is a math shape?
What do you mean a diamond is a math shape?
A diamond is a math shape, but a rhombus is not.
Tell us more, because we're here to learn from today's future leaders.
I can't tell you more. That's all I know.
A math shape. A diamond is a math shape. This is to be continued. We're going to learn what this means. A rhombus. What's the shape of a rhombus? Like a diamond kind of looks like this. What does a rhombus look like?
Looks like this. It's like a diamond.
Take the diamond and go this way.
Don't quote me on this.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that's what my math teacher said.
We won't quote your math. Okay. Luckily this is not math class. All right. I think, Charlie, we're almost ready to get started with our first story, but before we start our first story, I remember that there was a funny joke you told me once in the summer when we were at a pool. Do you remember it? Because it fits our theme today.
There are a lot of weird jokes, I tell you.
You do. And some of them are riddles, but this one's a joke.
Oh, is it that pool riddle one?
Well, this one's the one in our theme that you told me that we're going to do today about numbers.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I thought I was doing it.
You want me to tell it?
Is that the one that we're both thinking about?
Yeah, you do it.
Okay. What is it, that one?
Yeah, that one.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Ask the little lambs. Why was
6 afraid of 7?
Why was 6 afraid of 7? I love that you remembered one of our favorite jokes. It always gets me, and it's in our numbers theme.
Yes.
Why was 6 afraid of 7? We've got some people out there who are very good at math, but are they very good at number jokes? Charlie, why don't you tell us, why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
What? I love this joke. It never goes out of style. Because 7, 8, 9. It's a classic. And it's the perfect joke to tell before our first number story. So I'm going to pull out.
People got it.
Who got it? Okay, good job. You guys know this joke. You're getting so good. We have people who love jokes, Charlie, and our little lambs love a good joke. Now, if you love a good joke, I bet you love a good rhyming book. We've got a... Yeah. There are... If you have any of these in your book collection, these are a lot of times they're board books. They're by an author who was writing books even when I was a little kid, Sandra Boynton. And boy, does she love a silly rhyme.
Pretty.
She's been around.
Young.
She's been around. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that.
I'm
Why
12 years
Why
young.
don't you get your copy ready? I will read it.
Very professional.
I will read it, and you will display it. This is our numbers book. This is called Hippos Go. Okay.
I'm going to show the picture
Oh.
so you're going to read the story. Hippo.
Yeah, I forgot. We brought a hippo friend with us today. Where shall we sit Hippo? This hippo was given to Charlie by her Aunt Rowia when she was just a little toddler baby. Okay.
Toddler baby.
Hippos Go Berserk by Sandra Boynton. Ready? One hippo all alone calls two hippos on the phone.
The phone.
Three hippos at the door. Look at those hippos. Do you notice that they're wearing party hats? That's why I'm wearing my party hat. See those hippos getting ready for a party? Three hippos at the door. Bring along another four.
Ooh, so there's 7, 8, 9.
That's a good math question. How many hippos in the whole book? Let's do that sometime. 5 hippos come overdressed.
1, there were 2, there were 3.
6 hippos show up with a guest.
That's 12.
Nice. 7 hippos arrive in a sack.
We gotta be writing this stuff down.
8 hippos sneak in the back.
I thought you were gonna say on the couch. I was very confused.
It's probably another episode of the story. 9 hippos come to work. Those are the hippos that are dusting things off.
Dust.
All the hippos go berserk! Party like a hippo.
My hair.
Oh, I didn't mean to ruin the beautiful
the
vibes, girlfriend.
The vibes.
All through the hippo night, hippos play with great delight. But at the hippo break of day,
Hippos don't want to play.
all the hippos must go away.
I'm a poet.
9 hippos and a beast join.
Wait. Okay. And what is the beast?
Well,
We don't.
where it should see
What?
the beast. Is a beast
What?
some kind of other? Oh, it's like a monster.
It's like a little creature.
9 hippos and a beast join 8 hippos riding east,
Riding.
while 7 hippos moving west leave 6 hippos quite distressed.
I was going to say depressed.
Oh, yeah. 5 hippos then set forth with 4 hippos headed north.
South. We did that.
You were writing the sequel right before our very eyes, Char. 3 hippos say good day.
Good night.
The last 2 hippos go their way.
Or they say.
1 hippo alone once more.
It just tells us the answer to our question.
Oh, it's good. Misses the other 44.
Very high.
That is a good story for not only rhyming but math. You know, because you were doing that anyway.
No.
Adding it up. You were going to get to 44, you don't think?
It was 45.
45. 45. 1 plus the other 44. Yeah, is 45. We love those Sandra Boynton rhyming books. They take us back to a time when we used to tell those little rhyming stories, and this was in Charlie's crib, her little hippopotamus. And
What's up with that?
yeah, it was safe enough to keep in your crib. You have to put very safe toys in cribs with babies. Yeah. And look, obviously we kept you safe, so it's good. Now's when we go into a new idea that Charlie just had, because this is the time when we read the second story or the story in the middle. Well, we decided that because we love jokes, but we also love something else. We also love riddles. that we're going to try to add a riddle in the middle. So in the middle of story time, instead of a second joke, we'll do a riddle in the middle. So should we do our riddle in the middle and break into our song?
Okay. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
So, there's this family, and they live in a circle house, right?
Wait, tell it again.
There's a family that lives in a circle house. Okay. They have this fancy necklace, right? They have a butler. They have a chef. They have a maid. And they have a gardener. One day, when the two parents leave the house, their 3 children, the 3 children go with them. And then the butler, the maid, the gardener, and the chef are left alone. When the family returned, the necklace was stolen.
Okay. All right. You know how I feel about my good necklace. Okay. The necklace was stolen.
And then the police came.
The police came.
They asked the gardener what he was doing. And he said, "I was watering the plants." The maid said, "I was dusting in the corner." The chef said, "I was cleaning the kitchen." And the butler said, "I was feeding the kids." Who stole the necklace?
Oh, this is a long one. Oh, my goodness. We have to know who stole the necklace.
Who
So,
stole the necklace?
was it the gardener, the maid, the chef, or the butler?
The butler.
There was a necklace. This family had a necklace. They left the house. The necklace was gone all of a sudden. Okay, so let me just try to remember here. They live in a circle house. They went out on a date. They went and they were wearing the necklace. They left it at home. Then the fancy people came. Who
got an answer.
was... We've got an answer.
Does anybody
from
else?
One of our little lambs. Anybody else have a guess? Who stole the necklace? Tell them how you figured this one out.
Well,
because this is in our theme.
This person figured it out.
Yeah, but still, everybody
Somebody
wants to
said
hear.
the butler.
The butler did it, because that's always usually the answer. Well, they're going to want to know your smart idea about this joke. How does it go?
The maid stole the necklace because she said she was dusting in the corner, as Trish informed us.
Trish informed us. Why do we know that the maid stole the necklace when she said she was dusting in the corner, Charlie?
Because they lived in a circle house.
A circle house has no corners, little lambs. Is that a crazy riddle? So, oh my, I thought it was the chef. I get it. You never know what the chef is up to in the kitchen, but it was the maid, because she said she was dusting in the corner and the whole house was shaped like a circle. So, there's no corners. There you go. Riddle in the middle. Now it's time for our sing-along. Charlie, today
sing-along.
We picked, now people tell us that if we sit too low and if we hold the books too low, they cannot see them. So we'll stay up higher, and we're trying to. These bean bags are super saggy. I don't want to complain. We got them at a discount price. They're stylish but saggy. Okay, we decided that we're going to sing a song that we think maybe everybody knows.
Most people know.
Or a lot of people know, or it's catchy.
It was very popular back in 2018. It's such a long time ago.
And it was super popular with your friends.
Yeah, like that one.
Yeah. And what are our rules, Charlie? What do we tell everybody about singing and our attitude on Storytime Live about singing?
Everybody is great, even if you don't think it on the inside.
That's it. We don't do negative self-talk here at Storytime. We do I'm awesome talk and you're awesome. So our feelings about singing is we believe everybody can sing, even if you don't know the words and you want to make them up, Or even if you don't feel like you're singing exactly on the same melody as everybody else, sing your heart out, have a good time. We're just here to have fun. And we're going to sing a song. Tell them what story this is from.
This is from...
Please, if you would.
Story. Wait, let me get the story. I'm on a boat. I'm an orphan. Going to college. Oh, I'm running for president. And then...
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert. The orphan goes to college and then dies. But what's it more popularly known as?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. So if we've got any Ham fans out there, then you will know.
Fan.
You will know this song. We like to sing it along. And it is by a hilarious character in that movie, who's hilarious not in the movie, who's hilarious in the play. Maybe in real life wasn't such a funny guy, but King George.
Oh,
King George. King George. Ready?
Yes.
You start us off because you're musical. And I'm awesome, and I'm ready for it.
Okay, then why don't you start it?
Okay.
You're so awesome. You're so awesome.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I will. Ready? This is called I'll Be Back.
You'll be back.
You'll be back. Can you start it? I don't remember how it starts.
You say...
The price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea that you hurl in the sea as you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our arrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall, and you've seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. La da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada. You say my love is draining and you can't go. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. No, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject.
Don't.
My submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject.
Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
You'll be back like before. I'll fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your grace. And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't give away the things we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada.
Everybody!
Da 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 yada da 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 da
Things we do.
Am fans. Can't get enough of it. Love it. Charlie,
Yeah.
I'm loving today's theme, numbers, shapes, and sheep. And I think it's time to dive into our story about shapes. So I'm going to pull it out. because you're reading the final story about sheep. So I'm going to...
Never heard this one.
Charlie's never heard this one. We are taking all kinds of suggestions. So if you've got a book that you love or a story you want us to read, then please make sure you tell your grown-up to send us a note, because we are finding new books that have been written since I grew up or since Charlie is growing up. And so it's fun to discover new books.
I feel so old.
You are definitely not old, but that beanbag has seen better days. That's for sure. That's not a good beanbag. Okay, I'm taking too many jobs. Okay, this story is called Triangle.
Triangle.
Or, as we are learning in Spanish, Triángulo. But this is not one of our Spanish stories. This is by Mac Barnett and John Clausen. And there's a whole series of shape books, but we picked Triangle.
Why?
I jumped into the middle of the story. I think there's a story that comes first called Square. I can't really say. Sometimes my heart can't be predicted. I just don't know.
Well, we don't know anything about its friend Square.
We're going to learn something today. Stay tuned. Just like the little lambs out there. Ready? Show them and help them get to meet our character. This is Triangle. You scoot up. And you know what? Everybody does. You don't have to show every page if it's hard. This is Triangle's house.
Oh, wait. Show if you're on Instagram.
This is Triangle in his house. And that is Triangle's door. One day, Triangle walked out of his door and away from his house. He was going to play a sneaky trick on Square.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I know. I don't know about this Triangle character. We're just getting to know him. Oh, I like this. He walked past small triangles and medium triangles and big triangles. He walked past shapes that weren't triangles anymore. I love the tension you're adding. They were shapes with no names. He walked until he got to a place where they were squares. Still thinking of his sneaky trick.
So quickly.
Oh.
I can't put the pages up.
Still thinking of his sneaky trick, he walked past big squares, medium squares, and small squares. Until he got to Square's house. Now, Triangle said, I will play my sneaky trick. Triangle walked up to Square's door and said, like a snake. Square was afraid of snakes. Oh, me, oh my, said Square. Get away, you snake. Leave my door. Said Triangle. Oh dear, said Square. How many snakes out there? 10? 10 million? Go away, snakes.
1, 3, 5.
Triangle could not hiss anymore. He was laughing too loud. Dimensions, good question. Triangle, said Square. Is that you? Yes, Triangle said.
No, it's not me.
I know you are afraid of snakes. I've played a sneaky trick on you.
Whoa.
Oh, look at Square's face.
He's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Square ain't into it. Square ain't feeling it.
He ain't feeling
Square ran after triangle, past small squares and medium squares and
big squares.
big gigantic squares. Big squares.
Huge squares.
He ran past the shapes with no names.
The no-name shapes. Also looked like this.
Past the big triangles, the medium triangles, and the small triangles.
Can't
Ooh.
imagine. So tired.
Ooh. Up to Triangle's house and right through his door.
How is he there?
So see square. Well, let's show my picture. That's a good question. Because what's going on there?
It's a triangle-shaped door. Oh, too low. I know.
Okay, this is a triangle-shaped door. So Square tries to get in, and he goes through the door, or almost goes through the door. Almost. You are stuck. Triangle laughed and laughed. You're stuck.
Stop!
Then he stopped. His house was all dark. Triangle was afraid of the dark. It's too dark, said Triangle. You're blocking my light. Go away. Go away.
Go.
Please,
away.
you're blocking my door. Leave my door. It was Square's turn to laugh. I know you're afraid of the dark. And now I've played a sneaky trick on you. You see, Triangle, that was my plan all along.
Sure it was. Okay.
But do you really believe him?
Of course.
You believe the Square was planning that the whole time?
They're so like perfect squares. Like it's like even on each side, so it must be telling the truth.
A square is a perfect shape. Good point. Love it.
Can't do on to us.
That
That.
brings us to our third and final story of Storytime, which is a fun, silly one. Charlie's going to be in charge of that one.
Sheep in a jeep. Are you gonna show the pictures?
Sheep in a Jeep. Let me get the pictures ready.
Sheep, I'm a sheep. Sheep, I'm a sheep.
Sheep in a Jeep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Beep, beep. Sheep in a jeep. On a hill that's steep. Oh no, the jeep won't go. Sheep leap to push the jeep. Sheep shove. Sheep grunt. Sheep don't think to look up front. Sheep goes splash. Jeep goes splash. Jeep goes thud. Jeep goes deep into gooey mud. Sheep tug. Sheep shrug.
This is my favorite emoji, by the way. This one.
My favorite emoji.
Favorite emoji. Okay. This says a lot about us. That's your favorite emoji. And this is my favorite emoji. This is the shrug emoji.
Or the upside down smiley face.
I never know how to use that one. I always want to ask somebody, what's that all about? Silly or? No.
It doesn't. You just put it.
Nonsensical. Okay, so the sheep.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. The sheep shrug.
Sheep shrug. Oh, I think the
Oh.
No, you're not.
Maya is so good.
No, I'm on sheep yell.
Okay, Maya is so good. What a helper, Maya. Thank you.
Sheep yelp. Sheep get help. You're just not showing me the picture. Yeah. Okay, Mom. We're ready. Jeep comes out. Sheep shout. Sheep cheer. Oh dear. The driver, sheep, forgets to stare. Sheep in a heap. Sheep weep.
This is not a good situation.
Sheep sweep the heap. Sweep, sweep. Jeep for sale. Jeep for sale. Cheap. Should we call it cheap Jeep sheep? Cheap Jeep sheep 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 sheep.
Jeep for sale, cheap by sheep.
Sheep Jeep.
Charlie, this has been another fun time telling stories with you. Singing a favorite musical sing-along. Thanks for joining us, everybody who came for numbers, shapes, sheep. Should we go out on a little ham jam? And a scholar, $10 founding father without a father, got a lot farther by being a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter.
By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
Well,
and every day was slaves.
We love Hamilton, and we love having this time with you. Thank you, little lambs, for coming to Storytime Live. Next week, we're going to be back with some live music. Charlie got a new ukulele. She's going to teach herself how to play it. And with any luck, we'll be playing some good ukulele jams next week. We've already got some fun books lined up. Please tell your grown-up if there's a story you want us to read. And we will see you. Remember, it is so important to be careful, be good to yourself. Everybody's feeling a little tired and a little worn out. Find a funny book to read. Wash those hands. Still so important to wash those hands. Be healthy, and we'll see you next Monday and next Tuesday at Storytime Live with Charlie and Carla at 3:30 Central Time.
Just
You wait. Oh, we have one more joke. I forgot. Thanks for catching it. Okay, one joke to close. One joke to close. If you're still tuned in. Charlie, since we had stories that included our hippos, I have a joke. What do you call a hippo whose room is just absolute chaos and just dirty and needs to be cleaned up? What do you call that hippo?
dirty.
A dirty hippo. Dirty hippo. Hey, little lambs, before we head out, what do you call that hippo whose room needs to be cleaned up and it's just chaos in there? A hippopotamus. A hippopotamus. Okay, thank you for coming to Storytime Live. We'll see you. Play Hamilton. Be thinking of you guys.
You gotta fight for yourself. You started retreating and reading
Every tree on the shelf.
There would be nothing
Then left
left
there
to
with
do with someone
Mr. Stupid wouldn't be.